Oh, my mic is now on. Hooray! Whole time I've just been talking with the mic off. Thank you for the sweet waifu coming in and fixing that for me. Um, well, that is just great. Oh, off she goes! It is amazing the latency on the stream. I just caught it in the background. Everybody's looking at Wei now. Ooh, Ganjo picking up the senior attack specialist. A very interesting choice here. Ooh, we see the sentry turret coming out again, and a second sentry turret. This is going to be a really interesting play. Does Wei smell it? Oh, Wei's signature tactic, going for the tactical nuke near the end of the play. Not a bad choice. Oh, I love it. I love the smack talk in the chat. Really good stuff. Oh, players are all chatting. They're all starting to vote for each other. That is quite a fun. Wow, we do see mass Mustang coming out here. We do see Mustang for Wei as well with the range upgrade. Remember, Wei can play it a little slow. I'm really interested as to why he went for the nuclear option at this point. There isn't really enough on the field for Ganjo to do any significant damage to him. I think Wei's just trying to close this out. The mass tank is going, or sorry, the mass Mustang is going to fall right into the nuke. These Mustang driving their way in. You hate to see it. That's the right-hand collapse. Wei says GG. He knows it's over. It's definitely going to be over. I'm just surprised that these guys did not go for the tower. Interesting, but it is what it is. And that's that. Ganjo is saying, sad that he got nuked. Yeah, hey man, the nuke is a great option for the end of the game. I don't hate it. I don't hate it whatsoever. Let's see if Fleefy can go against Greed is Good. Yeah, I recognize a lot of these players now. It's amazing how they all get grouped up together all the time. Fleefy, you have my vote. I love your little dog guy. He's very cute. He does a lot of good work. Also the Lich King, back at it again. Both players choosing to go for the senior attack specialist. Very fun. Marksman and senior attack versus tech, speed, senior defense, and the supply. Fleefy's got a lot of specialists here to work with, but all those specialists cost a decent amount of cash. We see the March of the Overlords as they continue to push their way up the field. Lots of fire and flames coming down. This right flank is not looking super healthy. In the left, it is just a bloodbath. These Overlords do not have any upgrades, but they do have the Miyamoto cannon, or the Overlord artillery, plus the Wasps. Those Wasps are actually going to keep him alive for a little while longer. Not quite. It's all down to these Stormcallers. Do the Stormcallers still outrange? They do not. 4 Stormcallers versus a very heavily leveled Marksman and 3 Mustangs. If the Stormcallers launch a volley now, oh, it will be enough for the tower to go down. Is it enough for these Stormcallers? Can they get the second volley? Oh, it's going to be tight. Oh, they just get it. They just get it. Will they get the Mustangs? They get the Mustangs. They get the bloody Marksman. Really good play here. It's very close. We see Heavy Mustang coming out here for Greed is Good. Haste module for Fleefy. What is he going to do with these Mustang? Having the reduction in range is not that big of a deal here, as the enemy team's units will have to come into the range of the Mustang anyways in order to fight back. Orbital Bombardment is just going to decimate this center if he's not worried. The nuke coming out and an Orbital Bombardment. Greed is Good says, hey, I'm the Lich King and I'm here to stay. I'm going to knock all of this out. Not a bad play here. What can Arthas do to continue pushing forward? I do like the shields. I like the sentry. It's going to make a lot of difference. Greed has a lot of things he can play with right now. He could pull out another mothership and the nuke. I mean, where does he put his mothership? Maybe in the back here just to draw enemy fire? We see an enemy mothership come... Or no, this is Greed's mothership. Here to back up his own units. Not a bad choice. Missile's going to come down here for Fleefy. Is it enough? We're going to see. Fleefy's been kicked around a little bit in the previous games today. We see a full thing, enhanced and high mobility, and 2 more units of crawlers. Interesting choice here. The crawlers will survive just a little bit and take some damage. Oh, both players opting for some turrets. Dealing damage. Here comes the orbital bombardment. Most of it's landing on the shields. We do see an upgraded Overlord. Ooh, but it walks its way into the nuke. Both nukes are going to come down and clean up these flanks. Oh, and it's devastating. 2 motherships eaten up. The Greed is Good's mothership is still standing proud here. But we do have a couple of Stormcallers that can maybe shut down this left-hand flank. They do it. He's going to lose his tower at an inopportune moment. He wants another unit of these Wasps to come out. Burninating those Mustangs is a great choice, but this Overlord has to get on task. It does not. That's going to be a good win for Greed is Good, putting Fleefy well and truly into the danger zone. Does he get the over? He does not get it. He does get the Marksman. And there's something left on the field here, a single Wasp. It's just going to plink away and then die. Yeah, Fleefy has a very cute dog. I do love Fleefy's dog. Absolutely adorbs. Fleefy's in a rough spot. I hope that he's able to come back. I'm not sure if he will be, but he might. Alrighty. What do we see here? We see Vulcan. Interesting. Vulcan with the fire and the flames might be enough. Greed is in a real tough position though. Because Fleefy has so many giant units, Fleefy can drop a lot of damage. And that damage can be really scary. The fire coming out here for Greed is going to eat up a lot of these units. Do we see any range upgrades on these guys? No. It's going to be tough. Both players not unlocked a lot of units. Greed keeping it small and simple, but he is dominating. He thinks it's going to be the end of this game too, grabbing some extra snipers just to deal with these Overlords. The Overlords do not have increased range. Without the increased range, they're going to be outgunned by these snipers. Snipers at 171 range. Woo! That's real good. That is real good. Let's see how this engagement turns out. Fleefy's holding on to the haste module. Oh, he pops it on the Overlord right at the last second. Not opting to upgrade this Overlord may have been worthwhile, as a 40% increase on a level 3 Overlord is quite a bit of damage. Man, the fire and the flames, though, of this Vulcan might be enough to clear out mass Mustang. You love to see it. Just tons of fire going out. Unfortunately, these Overlords are outranged by the Mustangs. That's why I was looking to get that increase. All of them going down before they're able to take out the enemy units. But the Stormcallers have put down a huge barrage of fire. Mustangs all going down on the left. Oh, we see a couple of stragglers. This will be a win here for Greed. Does Greed have enough damage now on the field to actually win it? Let's see, he's got 3 snipers. That's 300 damage. At least 3 Mustangs. I don't think it's going to be enough. And you know what? Fleefy is going to hold on by the skin of his teeth at 262 health. Jeez. Greed is in a real rough spot, though. He's going to be operating with $300 less. That's going to be very difficult to deal with. What does Fleefy go with here? I mean, he has the heavy units. Instead, opting for the aerial specialist. Not a bad choice. The aerial specialist can make a big difference in allowing him to shoot back at those snipers. Greed doesn't have any large units, so there's not a real reason to go for the super heavy armor. Oh, what is this? Orbital Javelin coming in, actually. I do like this from Greed. What most likely will happen is that he'll catch this Overlord as it turns after clearing up this one unit of crawlers, the old distraction crawlers. We see a lot of, what are these called? A lot of these shields coming out that are going to protect most of his units from the fire and the flames of the Vulcan, but also, crucially, protecting them from the incendiary bombs. That will make a big difference here. None of these crawlers have any upgrades. Oh my god, Fleefy. Why are you such a thick boy? Going with the Rumblin', as I like to call it. Tons of giant units. Not a bad choice here. Fleefy chooses to eat something. I didn't see what he ate, but it looks like he's done a fairly good job. Tower's coming out. It's gonna be rough. That's a lot of sentries. I just don't think these overlords have what it takes. The Javelin's going to come in and nukes the high-end overlord. You hate to see it, but you know what? This shield took a lot of damage for him. Now these Mustang are shooting up, and they're taking out all of the overlord shots. Overlord's doing basically no damage here as the Mustangs continue to eat through their shots. However, every time the overlord shoots, all of the Mustangs stop shooting. So the Overlords are able to start pushing through these Mustangs because the Overlords are able to eat those damage, or eat the damage. Mustangs are going to come in here from the right-hand flank and take out the tower. He's got to take that tower real quick. He does do it, and it's going to be enough. Unfortunately, none of these Stormcaller shots making it into contact. The Overlord's doing basically no damage here. Fleefy giving out an early GG, as that is unfortunately going to be a win. Fortunately, unfortunately, for the Lich King. You gotta love his panel. Real cool. GG, everybody. Man, these Stormcallers are gonna take a while to die. Are the Stormcallers gonna do it? There's no way. The sniper's gonna get him, surely. The sniper isn't gonna walk into the fire and just die, right? Oh my god, the sniper's dead. No. It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay, thank God. That would have been ridiculous. Oh my god, Fleefy is still in it! What? No, he has 72 health. Did he surrender? I think Fleefy surrendered there. I don't think Fleefy actually lost that. It looked on my screen. I could be wrong. We've had weird things happen on the stream in the past. It looked like Fleefy still had health. I don't know. All right, we're going into a 2.5-minute break here. I will be right back with more action. Alrighty, we're back. 6 seconds. Let's see who comes up next. I would love to see Kebab Sniffer versus Kebab's biggest fan. That would be really funny. I don't know if that will happen, but it would be really, really funny. All right, who do we got? Hawk versus Wade, Greed is Good versus Ego, Kebab Sniffer versus Question Mark. Question Mark has done really well in the past. Let's take a look-see. I haven't watched one of Sniffer's games in a while, so probably worth looking at. Sniffer going for the quick and early marksman. Question mark, 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 question mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's 9 question marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 question marks. Excuse me. Going up against the old Sniffer, we've got an exclamation mark versus what appears to be an anime. Both players telling each other, good luck, have fun. You love the sportsmanship in it. Let's see what we've got on the plans for today. We see a lot of snipers coming down here. I don't mind that. Having mass sniper isn't a bad play, but unfortunately, I don't know if he's just going to have too many targets to shoot at. He may overwhelm them, and that could be an issue. Oh, he actually opted for 2 arc lights. I do like that. That will help him clear off a lot of these units. That will make a big difference here. We see a couple of more units coming out here for question mark. Ooh. Oh. Sneeze there. Well, the crawlers down the middle, just given to the gods. Unfortunate, but they had to go. Crawlers in the center, though, actually taking up enough damage for these Mustangs and for the snipers to get into range, and that's exactly what you want from them. The tanks will be able to clean this up, but the Mustangs may get in range of the snipers. It's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to a sniper war. Yes, it does, and unfortunately, these snipers are not going to trade 1 for 1. Question mark getting some snot kicked into him. A tiny bloody nose, but he still has more HP than old Kebab. He can afford to lose another game like this and still be even. Shield drop coming out here for question mark. Not a bad play by any means. Ooh. Good, everything is working. I just wanted to open up the stream manager just to be safe. Make sure that everybody is able to see and be a part of the stream. Unfortunately, I've built a bit of a reputation for myself as being the streamer whose stream always breaks. I hope that is not the case. Here comes some more Mustangs. You love to see it. More Mustangs, more better. They're going to break off and do a ton of damage. This could be great. Doesn't really have a lot to deal with armor. Also, this shield is kind of in a weird spot. I think this arc light will get in range of it. Maybe. No. No, the shield's kind of in a weird spot. I'm not sure what his plan is for that. He's the one that's being aggressive. Oh, here we go. Shield taking some damage. That's going to work out quite well to his favor, as those Mustangs are eventually able to eat up the arc light. However, the Mustangs are coming in and engaging the tanks. You'd love it if they could actually wrap around and take out the rest of the enemy units. One sniper in the shield is actually going to use up all of the shield's health. You don't want that to happen, really, and it's going to be shooting at the only thing it doesn't need to shoot. That's rough. Oof. Old question mark, question mark, question mark, taking some more damage here. Remember, his units are significantly weaker than Kebab Sniffers. However, he just does have quite a few more units. Subsidized Mustangs coming out for Kebab. He wants to have as many cheap units as possible. What did he choose to eat here? Nothing. He upgraded his units to have longer range. The enhancement module coming out on a sniper. I mean, it's $50 for $50. As long as the sniper survives, eventually it will pay itself off, so not bad. Snipers tend not to level up too heavily, or at least too quickly, so I'm not really too worried about that at this point. Whoa! Was Question Mark sitting on a bunch of cash there? It looked to me like Question Mark was sitting on just a bunch of cash. It's an interesting ploy, and honestly, both these snipers picking up this Arclight early is going to do very well for him. Sniper's going to take out the other Arclight. It means that all of the AoE is down to these Mustangs. They don't get it. We have Mustangs versus tanks again. We all know which way this one goes. Those tanks just have enough AoE to push through. But old Question Mark snipers have the long eye. It will be enough. I do like it. He realized he needed to get rid of that armor if his Mustangs are going to make any difference. So he did. He just said, hey, I don't need to deal with your armor anymore. I'm going to go in on it. That Lightning Storm is insane. It is basically a cheaper nuke, as well as the Ion Blast, able to cut through shields. If this game continues at this pace, both players may be able to get 2 uses of their Ion Blast. We see the first one coming out here by Kebab. Shields going down across the way here for Question Mark, Question Mark, Question Mark. He's worried about it. He knows his units are all on the line. Kebab should probably be worried about it too, knowing that his units are all on the line. Yep, there it goes for Question Mark, Question Mark, Question Mark. We see the exact same thing pretty much mirrored across the field. Not a bad job. Now, of course, remember this Ion Blast, is it called? Yeah, is enough to actually cut through both of these shields. That will be a problem. Kebab does not have enough shielding down, opting instead to go with a turret or a sentry tower. I'm talking so much, I'm giving myself the yips. We see more units coming out here to die for Question Mark. I do like that. He has the ability just to get a lot of mass. Mass is good. You want to be massive. Unfortunately, I think that, yeah, it will go through right onto the sniper. You hate to see it. Snipers are picking off the targets that he needs them to. Oh, and it falls right on the sniper again. So far, these Ion Storms have been devastating for both players, but it does leave Kebab Sniffer in a significantly stronger position. Not only does he have the better snipers, but he also has armor to back them up. One sniper just going AWOS, shooting at some crawlers. Protecting your tower is very important, though, and I think he will have the DPS to protect his tower. Not quite. Sniper letting him down, and honestly, that might swing it back into Kebab Sniffer's favor, as those tanks are not dealing with the sniper on time. Oh my gosh, does it actually? No, it's going to be very close. It's going to be very, very close. The sniper does not have range. Without that range, he's going to be in a tough spot. Oof, taking it out. These units will be able to move to the sniper, most likely in time for that to decrease. However, if Question Mark Sniper reallocates its fire, it will be able to take that out. But yeah, it's going to take it out, turn, and take out the remaining of Kebab Sniffer's forces. Man, you gotta love the long range of the sniper. The long arm of the law, as I like to call it. Just able to reach out there and pluck whatever needs to be done. Incendiary bomb coming down. Not a bad idea. There goes the incendiary. Oh, we see more. But a Vulcan actually here by Kebab. Not a bad choice. Really not a bad choice. Lots of potential damage here. There goes the fire and the flames for Question Mark. Ooh, Question Mark deciding against it. Oh no, actually going for it. Interesting choice here. Once again, Kebab is opting... Oh no, he might go with more shields. So far, Question Mark has spent a lot of money on shields. I'm not sure if it's going to pay off, but it did protect some of his units. Here comes the extra shield here from Question Mark, Question Mark, Question Mark. Not a bad play at all. Interesting spot to put it. We will see if that continues to be the plays. Firestorm coming down. Massive firestorm coming out by these Vulcans, unfortunately. Coating everything in fire. The Vulcans really making sure that nothing survives the fire and the flames. These low-tier Mustang are not going to make it out either. He needs to be thinking, though, that the enemy team snipers outrange him. Given that the range of those snipers is higher, I'm not sure that a Vulcan with missiles is a great idea. You may have wanted to just swarm the enemy units and take them out. Oh, it's looking rough. It's looking real rough. Will he be able to clean everything out? I'm not sure. Oopsies. Nice. See, mass upgrades. I love it. Wow. Really upgrading his units. He's got to be worried about these Vulcans, though, right? I mean, he has 2 Vulcans. If they put out fire right here and right here, all of these units will die. I'm not sure if question mark is doing the right thing here, but hey, he knows more than me. I have the champion of nothing. Lots of fire going out. Unfortunately, these shields did stand proud from last turn, meaning question mark's going to enter into this with a $400 up, plus an extra 100 from his supply specialist, and he gets the giant hunter. Kebab has marksman, intelligent arclight, and subsidized Mustangs. Oh, you got to be worried about these missiles, though. If he puts Mustangs behind his Vulcans, those Vulcans are probably going to kill him. I could maybe see a play for Vulcans or Mustang right at the front. The reason I say that is those Mustangs may be able to eat a lot of shots and deal with the shields a little bit. That's why you're careful about the fire. It is a two-way sword, though, and we see a lot of question marks units running into it as well. The tanks will be able to deal with that a lot better, but it's not great for either team, and these Mustangs within the shields will be able to shoot out and just decimate a lot of these enemy units. Vulcans, although they have a ton of HP, don't do well against heavy concentrated fire. Question mark really showing the name of the game here, Mechabellum, by having just a ton of giants die. This is going to push him forward in supply massively. I do like to see that. Kebab grabbing the amplifying core, not a bad idea here. Sticky oil from question mark. Oh, and Kebab eating his own Vulcan and replacing it very slightly to the left for Kebab. Why did he do this? So that it targets the sniper? Let's take a look at it from Kebab's side. Yeah, I think he did this to target out the sniper. An interesting play. Kebab's got to really worry about what's going on in between these features. I do like to see these Mustangs coming out. They're going to be able to do significantly more damage now. And a shield. Wonderful. Let's see what old question mark can do against this. There's a lot more units on Kebab Sniffer's side. Unfortunately, a lot of them are dying in his own Vulcan's flames. Question mark opting to drop the oil right here. He's thinking that he's going to set fire to all of Kebab Sniffer's units. Does the fire catch up? No, the shield prevents it. He's going to slow down those Mustangs, which honestly might be a good thing for Kebab Sniffer, as those Mustangs aren't running into his own flames anymore. The Vulcan's doing a great job against these enemy units. Unfortunately, he's focusing on the shields. Vulcans will only redirect after the unit is dead. Oh, and it's actually not looking bad here for Kebab Sniffer. Having his Mustang survive to, well, I mean, the Vulcan just made sure that they definitely died. But having those Mustangs come in a little slower made a bit of a difference. Unfortunately, there's no way he wins the sniper war. Question mark with another decisive win. Kebab is on his last feet. He's got to think what to do. Opting with the orbital javelin from question mark. This thing is tough. It can kill a lot of units very easily. Does Kebab go with the super heavy armor just to give his Vulcan 200% more HP? Might not be a bad play here. Check on the frames real quick. Doing good, baby. I do like the smoke. Oh, here comes the shields though. Question mark's got to be thinking this is probably the end of the game if I win this. So what's the likelihood of a nuke coming out? Probably pretty dang high. So you want to be careful of that. I do like this choice to make this sniper just do the locomotion over here on the right. I'm not sure what the choice is behind that. He doesn't... Is this a little bit of BM by question mark? I don't know. I have never seen this before. What an interesting play. Kebab's going to be pushing out a lot of units. I do like the double shield action. That could be quite strong, as it does offer him a lot more to play with. Lots of shields coming down here and more money. For the level up on his snipers, really increasing their range. Range up to 211, range up to 227, and we see a lot more snipers coming down here for question mark, question mark, question mark. An interesting play. He's got to be real careful. He's kind of got all of his snipers in the danger zone right now, as this laser is just going to melt him. Oh, is it going to fall right on the sniper's head again? It does not. It does, but it doesn't kill him. But it is going to kill those three. Laser coming down the center, does get another sniper in the backline. Unfortunately, Kebab snipers are nowhere to be seen. These Vulcans are loud and proud. They're going to try and march down the field, but I don't think they'll ever have enough time to close with these snipers. And that's going to be GG. Question mark even giving him a well played. Good job, everybody. I think question mark is asking for a rematch as well. Thank you for the rematch, says question mark. We have one more round in progress. It is Ganjo versus W. I do like W. I think W is the first person I ever casted. W is actually in a pretty commanding position here. I don't know if there's a way to make a chat box bigger. Oh my. These distraction Fang distracting the right-hand flank completely, keeping those motherships offline for a little while. These fortresses do not shoot up. They are just standing in fire and melting away. You hate to see it, but it looks like he's gonna be able to push down the center here for W. Can W take out a tower? He does. It was mostly by accident here, but it actually worked, and this very powerful sniper will be able to cut through this fortress here on the right. Lots of fire and fury coming down. Wow, I've not seen a mothership miss like that in a while. With that second tower going down, I don't think that old Banjo will have enough. He'll probably survive, though. He will survive this. 800, 900, it's very close. Yeah, he's going to be in it by 230 life. Not bad, not bad. People in chat are telling each other not to cry about the nukes. The nukes are a fun, late option. If you don't nuke out your opponent, you've lost $400. So, you know, it's a great way to seal a win or potentially make a comeback. I do like having a comeback mechanic. People are saying they wish the tanks were a bit tankier. I don't blame them. Here comes the smoke bomb. Smoke bomb is potentially going to do a lot of damage here. Let's see what happens. I don't think... Oh, choosing to eat what looked like a mothership to redeploy it. Yeah, losing $200 by doing, or $100 by doing that. I'm not sure what the choice was. Oh, he opts to move it over here just to be a little safer. Grabbing the movement speed, not a bad choice. I do love these distraction units in the back line. They just make such a difference. Turning around the Stormcallers initially, that way they're not hitting these barriers, is phenomenal. And it is interesting that he has a barrier on a fortress. You don't see that too often because fortresses can get their own upgraded barriers. I'm not sure what happens if you get an upgraded barrier with a fortress. I don't know if anybody's ever tried that before because it does sound like madness. It might just make the barrier twice as strong. More Distraction Fang. Getting absolutely clobbered by Stormcallers, but that means Stormcallers are not shooting at W's main forces as they push up the field. I do like that. I don't know if you should have committed 2 units to it. That's a lot of commitment in both points and also the number of units you can summon per turn. Good shooting here by the Overlords. Overlord on Overlord combat means that one Overlord will die before the other. Oh! It is going to be enough, but it looks like Ganjo will be able to push this out. Friendly Overlords taking out the enemy Overlord, just barely. And that's a good win here for Ganjo. It's quite a bit of damage to put up on the board. 1,200 from the Overlords, and now W is very much in the danger zone as well. Parasitic ammo, you love to see it. Underground threat here from W. Ganjo opting also with the underground threat. Okay, we're going to see a lot of crawlers. Crawlers matter a little bit more for Ganjo as, of course, it means that his units are going to get distracted. Where are the crawlers going to come down? Back right here with Wasp support, or with a Mothership support. And Wasps, my word, that corner's going to be hopping. We're going to see a whole army appear over there. Not a bad play. Photon overcharge for the motherships. I do love to see that. Ganjo has a ton of money, opting for more cheap motherships. Would it have been better to upgrade a couple of those? I don't know. There's no melting points on the field, so he doesn't really need to be worried about that. Of course, there always could be a melting point, and a melting point, a long-range melting point might kill 3 to 5 Overlords, depending on how much support it gets. So it could make a lot of difference. A lot of people in chat are voting for both Zandbergo or Miro. I'm not sure which one I would think would win more at this point, Ganjo or W. It's going to be rough, man. It's going to be real rough. Let's see if this pop-up army does make a difference. We've got 10 seconds until the engagement. See if we can't get a better shot of the armies. Here we go. Lots of explosions coming down. And here's the pop-up army in the back left with the photon emission, meaning that they're going to be significantly more dangerous. The nuke is going to hit hard. Oh, killing off the entire flank. You don't want to see that. The pop-up army is doing a great job, though. They took out a tower, which does make a difference. We're going to see a lot of Overlords here for Ganjo. Even though he may have lost his left flank, well, he did lose it. It's not a may. He did actually turn the right flank in his favor. This Overlord is down. He needs to kill at least one more Overlord, and he's good. Zandberg saying, whoopsie. It looks like old Ganjo here is going to win it. Hooray! Good for Ganjo. And Ganjo loses it. W says smiley face. Hooray! What an interesting play. We have a 3-minute break here. I will be right back. And we are back. 6 seconds left. This has been a quick tournament. Question mark versus Ego, or let's do Kebab's biggest fan versus Hawk. We're gonna have 2 more rounds. A brutal couple of games here. I do love Kebab's biggest fan. He's just got such an interesting and cool avatar, and also he plays slow. I like it. I like the actual thought process. You can see him kind of churning out what he needs to do. I think we're finally going to get through a whole stream without having a big old flop in the stream. Here's to hoping. And golly gee willikers, am I hungry. It looks like we're going to have the cross control versus the supply. Interesting. Supply is basically cost control minus the downsides because he's able to unlock the units that he needs. But Kebab could unlock something that's a little bit more expensive and save it for next turn when he has $400. Instead, opting for some cheeky wasps. On the left flank, there's nothing that shoots up here for Hawk. Hawk is going to be in a really good position, though, if he unlocks and purchases some Mustang. Opting to go with Fang. Fang do shoot up. And I believe Fang beat wasps over the course of time. I think a Fang unit will kill a level 1 unit of wasps. Interesting choice, though. I do like keeping slower units with slower units because these tanks don't move very quickly. If he deploys the tanks properly, he'll be able to eat up all of these Fang. All 3 of these Fangs would walk straight into those tanks and die. Tanks would not even lose 1 model. However, these roly-polies will be able to take care of them as they move up. The steel balls have a ton of HP. I'm just going to call them roly-polies, though, because it's a lot easier to say. And also, I'll remember that. Same way that I always call Vulcans Lucifers. I'm not sure why, but I just do. Crawlers are going out ahead. In this formation, they're actually going to do well against the early Fang. Unfortunately, those Fang are going to take aggro. Yes, if the Crawlers get on the steel balls, they do a lot of damage versus the steel balls. That's phenomenal here for Hawk. Hawk's going to be able to push up the field, and his Fang survive. He has 2 units of them. They are getting mulched by these wasps. It looks like the wasps will take out a unit of Fang. I'm not sure if those unit of Fang had been damaged at all, but they're definitely not going to be able to win the field here. Oh, actually, I'm getting in chat that people think that units of wasps will be able to beat Fang. I just saw it in the general chat live. I would assume so as well. Wasps are really, really fragile. And they're just going to plink away. This will take a second here, folks. So what can wasps do, or what can Kebab do with his wasps? He can get them to redeployment, and he can just be annoying. Always moving a thing of wasps around, always making sure that there's either units here to defend them, or that there's sentries being put out. Those wasps can become really annoying really quickly. The Fang do clean them up, though. I do like the Fangs here by Hawk, because they just neutralized Kebab Sniffer's ability to do damage. Oh, I would love it. Kebab, do it. Get the strike specialist. Oh, no! Both opting to skip. I thought it would have been super funny. It would... Oh, he doesn't even have the redeployment. Never mind. Ooh, wow. We see 2 Phoenixes coming down here for Hawk. And a Vulcan coming down for Kebab. Kebab has a lot of cash left over. I do like this Vulcan. He needs a little bit more, though. He's got the cash, opting for another unit of Fang. And these Fang can become real dangerous real quick. He actually ate a steel ball to get out the Vulcan. Not a bad choice. And he's going to start offsetting his supply specialist by grabbing up those techs. Eventually, his units will basically be on par with every other. They'll still have a slight decrease, I believe, in damage. I'll check that here in a moment. After the action, here comes the Vulcan. Loud and proud, able to just burn down the entire left-hand flank here for Kebab Sniffer. I'm going to leave this open. It looks like these Fang are not going to be able to push out on the right, though. And unfortunately, he doesn't really have anything else that shoots up. These tanks will take so long to die. Oh, you hate to see it. The one little Vulcan that could, turning at the right moment, cleaning this up, but it's just not going to be enough. These poor little Fang are eventually going to die. One tank stood through the fury of the flames the entire time, and it will live. Eventually going down. GG. Not bad plays, though. Not bad plays whatsoever by Kebab Sniffer. Or Kebab's biggest fan. Kebab Sniffer and Kebab's biggest fan are two different players. Let's see here. Laser sights could be fun. Assault volcano. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Hawk. What is Hawk going to choose here? Smoke bomb? No, improved control system. Interesting. I don't mind this. What's he want to do more damage? Tanks? Phoenix? Arc lights? He has arc lights unlocked. Opting for more Phoenix. Not a bad choice. I don't know if Kebab is going to be able to suss that one out. Kebab instead choosing some cheaper units. Not a bad idea. He just doesn't have enough that shoots up currently. This round has to go in the way of Hawk unless I'm missing something. These Fang could eventually take out the Phoenix, but I don't think they're going to make it. I truly don't think they're going to make it. There goes the fire and the flames. This could be a quick game here. Vulcan burning it down. If they burn down the rest of those Fang, he's in a better spot, but I don't think it's gonna work because he just doesn't have what it takes to kill the tanks. He opted for some snipers. I like the snipers also. Man, these Wasps paying for themselves, taking out a Phoenix. There goes the little Fangs, the little boys that could. I don't know if the snipers have enough DPS. I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. Upgraded tanks take so much damage. Oh, the sniper. Getting himself some good XP, but not enough. Lots of units on the ground here. It might be time to think about some Mustangs. Mustangs have great anti-air capabilities. It could be the way to go about this. Amplifying core by Kebab. What is Hawk gonna do here? What can Hawk do here? Okay, going with the amplifying core. It's got a lot of things that deal extra damage. I don't mind the amplifying core because it also gives you a little bit of HP. Where did he put that out on? On the tank. Not a bad play. 75% more HP and 75 more attack. That is phenomenal. This tank will be able to start munching through these Vulcan. The Vulcan also getting an attack upgrade, and also that's where the snipers came from, is this best partner. I think that's kind of a good play here. He's got 3 more snipers on the field now, 1 at level 2. Unfortunately, he just needs to deal with these Phoenix. Getting some free snipers does help significantly, but he needs to think about what kills these darn tanks. What's he gonna do? He needs to kill the tanks so that he can kill the Phoenixes. So far, his Wasps are making a good show for themselves. Able to push through on the left-hand side. He is most likely going to lose the right. This sniper, he may have just been spawned in, but he's actually making a good accounting for himself as well. Hitting out a tower means that he's going to be able to survive this Phoenix onslaught for a little while longer. Knocking out tanks left and right, and this is going to be a win for Kebab's biggest fan. We see it kind of shifting back in his favor. He finally has enough that can shoot up. He has enough that can deal with the tanks. The snipers were the right answer, and having them spawn in for free will pay for themselves over time. As he continues to upgrade these Vulcan, those snipers get better as well. Lightning Storm here for Kebab. What does Hawk choose? Aerial Specialist. Not a bad play here. Actually, I do like the Aerial Specialist, just giving him a little bit more range for free. Here comes the big old Lightning Storm by Hawk. Hawk chose to get the Command Specialist. Not bad. Kebab eating some units. What did he eat? At this point, he's already gotten rid of his own Steel Balls. Not a bad choice. Shields. I think he's more worried about the Lightning Storm. He does not need to worry about the Lightning Storm at this point. The Lightning Storm is just going to absolutely cripple Hawk. With that right-hand flank destroyed, what can Hawk do to deal with it? I mean, he'll probably still win the left with these super heavy tanks. I do love it. Level 3 tanks with 75% more HP and attack means that they were just going to decimate a shield wall. I do like this. The early sentry turret. It's going to munch an entire unit of crawlers -1. This little guy's seen some shit, and he's going to go die. There's that lovely Lightning Storm, dealing just tons of damage, taking out all the Phoenix on the right-hand side. It's a great choice by Kebab. Kebab just needs to start getting himself into the game a little bit more. These Phoenixes are still one-shotting the Wasps, and the Wasps spread their DPS out. You don't want to see that. That's the wrong move here by these Wasps. I do like the Stormcallers. Not a bad choice here by Hawk. Hawk is able to put in a lot more damage with those Stormcallers, but it's not enough. Now, these shields took barely any damage. That could be from the massive Lightning Storm taking care of a lot of Hawk's right flank. I think he really played these out because he was worried about the Lightning Storm. Not a bad choice. I would like to see the barrier here from Kebab. Kebab ends up picking it up. What does Hawk get? Laser sight? I wouldn't mind him getting the laser sight. Also a Vulcan in the back line. He doesn't have a lot that deals damage rapidly. Besides those snipers. Snipers could be fun. Nope, opting for the laser sight. I can see that going down on another unit of Phoenix. Oh, here we go. Sniper with the elite marksman. He did this that way when his Vulcan upgrade and level out his own snipers. They'll be coming in with elite marksman as well. Not a bad choice by any means. So this is a 30% increase to range, or sorry, to attack, and an 8% increase in range at level 1. It will continue to stack. That's pretty good. That makes a significant difference in attack damage of these snipers. Wow, an Overlord. Okay, 2 Overlords. Very ballsy. He's choosing to go all in on one unit. Hawk needs a big win here in order to bring Kebab into the danger zone. He could... Oh, and the Wasps! Wow, he spent a lot of cash. Not bad. He took that extra second to decide what would work best for him, going with Wasps just to counter the enemy Wasps. So what's going to happen is that these Wasps will take both Sniper and anti-Wasp fire away from the Phoenix, and also importantly away from the Overlord, but probably more importantly from the Phoenix at this point. Those Phoenix are going to just absolutely decimate this Vulcan if they get enough time. I don't think they're going to have enough time as these snipers are in range very early. Oof. Down goes the tower very quickly due to that amplifying core. I don't think this will be enough to knock out Hawk. And unfortunately, now Kebab knows about Hawk's flying death machines. Oh, good shot here by these Phoenixes, though. They might get the Vulcan. That's a lot of damage negated. Is he gonna pull this back? He could. He might. Damage coming down. Oh, snipers. Don't make it. Man, Hawk pulling that out by the skin of his teeth. You'd love to see it. Who's gonna win now? Shield airdrop, not bad. Hawk could go for the extended range on his sledgehammers, choosing not to. You know, these sledgehammers do need their HP, and he's not really using them as damage dealers. They are going to continue to be significantly outranged and outgunned as the game continues and these marksmen grow stronger. The Overlord has a level on it. Does he keep that Overlord there, or does he leave it? He could opt to put another one down near the center and grab... Well, he wouldn't have enough money for both. Hawk's in a tough spot. He thinks it's the last play of the game. Oh. Grabbing the attack interval increase, though the decrease in range. Interesting choice. I think he's more worried about taking care of these Vulcans. He realized that that Vulcan just walked across his line for the entire game last turn, so he's just saying, hey, I need to kill that thing quicker, so I'm going to increase the amount of time my guys are shooting at the detriment of their range. I'm not sure if that will really hurt him against these marksmen. We're going to have to find out. This sentry's almost certainly going to go off against these tanks, who will just shrug it off. Oh no! Tank stopping at the last second, instead clearing some crawlers. So here we are, the Phoenix just shooting away, going crazy. Able to do quite a bit of damage early to the Vulcan. Oh my. But unfortunately, these Phoenix are saved by a bunch of armor. It won't be enough as the Phoenix start to die. They're not on target. Wasps are able to push a little bit back, but now it's going to be the march of the snipers. Versus Stormcallers, though. Stormcallers do quite well against snipers in most cases. Not so great against Vulcan, but okay against snipers. I still don't think this will be enough to knock Hawk out of the game. Let's see, 4, 800, 1,000. Oh no, Hawk's gonna be in it by a little bit if my predictions are correct. Yeah, 200 odd health. I love my little sippy cup. It's not branded merch, I just have a sippy cup because I'm a child. Kebab going with the portable shield. He doesn't really have any... Well, I guess he could put on a Vulcan. I was going to say, he doesn't really have any vital large units, but opting to put it on the level 1 Vulcan. He has the barrier on the other, so I guess it makes sense. Here comes the smokescreen. This is going to do pretty well because Vulcans are actually really negatively affected by smokescreens. Ooh, Hawk is behind though. He did choose to use the rapid resupply. Hawk has so many more units open than Kebab Sniffer. He's got to be thinking about, how am I using up all this money on a bunch of tier 1 units that are just getting absolutely stomped? Though Kebab could die at any moment. It's not to say that he couldn't win this. Oh, and I love this. The heavily mobile overlords. Spacing them out, he's going to need DPS. He could either brick them or space him. And in this case, it may have been more prevalent to brick him, but we'll find out here in a second. There goes some powerful Overlord play right down the center. Now these Overlords do have some Wasps, so at least I'll get a unit of Wasps for free. As you get more Overlords, it's more and more returning on the investment. There's the smoke. Bad times. Vulcan not able to shoot until those units are basically in his face. That's going to delay the time that it takes for the snipers to clean things up. And we see a lot of Wasps on the field actually, taking a ton of damage. That's phenomenal. Those Wasps are here to die. They actually are able to allow him to clean up those Vulcan, which means that his Overlords are more likely to be on task. Here comes the second wave of Wasps. The tower going down, though, is going to significantly weaken him, and unfortunately, some Fang survived on the right, meaning that those snipers were not able to do the damage that he needed them to do. Kebab Sniffer is going to win this game. Hawk giving him a GG. Well played to both players. Really well played. Oof, poor Hawk. He's made a great showing for himself, though. Alrighty, Greed is still up against Wei. Let's see if Greed can win it. Or hey, maybe Wei. Nuke coming down here for Wei. Wei likes to use the nuke to close out a game. A lot of opponents don't expect the nuke to close out a game either. Wei's going to be in a pretty powerful position. Choosing to eat another unit. Greed putting down some shields. Does he sniff out the nuke? I don't know if those shields will live long enough. Greed not taking any chances, though. He's thinking, I might die here, so I'm going to be safe. It doesn't. Oh, he did use it. There's the javelin coming down. Oh, and it melts 2 units. You love to see it. Here comes the nuke. He's under a shield. It's not going to shield all of his units. They're kind of running away. Get out of there, boys. It's not enough. And the Phoenix are not respawning. If he had the one respawn, he could be bringing all of those Phoenix back. Vulcan in the backline is being slowed down significantly. It's not going to be enough, though. As all of these units do die, who's going to come out the victor? The battle scene has become kind of skewed. I'm pretty sure that the units here on the left are Greeds. And the units on the right are Wei. Kind of hard to tell. Oh, those Mustang just cutting through the Phoenix. Absolutely decimating them. Do these Stormcrawlers have enough to take him out? No. We're going to see 1 unit of Fang versus way too much for them to deal with. Man, those shots just going in, each one killing a unit of Fang. Those are precision machine guns right there. Oh my gosh, Greed is in here by the skin of his teeth. Heck yeah. Whoops. Senior attack specialist coming out from Greed. I do like this. Senior attack specialist coming out from both players. Wei is going to be in a pretty good spot. How are you doing? I don't want to dox you, but Fan, how are you doing? How's your health, bud? I know that you were suffering a little bit. I will be working through a lot more of the docs, not today, but tomorrow. So I'd love to talk to you a little bit about that. Okay, yes, he did grab the Phoenix respawn. Even though these Mustang are real vicious, the Phoenix respawn could save his life here. I do like that quite a bit. Enemy, wow, we're seeing the pop-up army here in the bottom right-hand corner. Not a bad choice. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're dying, bud. Yeah, dude, whenever I travel, I get real sick too. Sometimes even just going to drill and back, I get real sick. I don't know what it is. Let's see what we have going on here in the next play. I am going to be interested to see who's going to win this championship match, though. Championship match is next match. Then we'll go dark for a while. I'll do my homework, cook dinner, all that kind of crap, and then we'll come back for the North American Championship. Smoke coming down here is going to be, oh, it's oil. Interesting choice. It's going to slow down all of these units. Man, he was not expecting the surprise overlord in the back, though. That's got to hurt. All of the Phoenix disappear as they all go down. The Mustang were just vicious. Greed is not going to have enough to do this. And these Mustang are level 3, almost level 4. They do so much damage. 179 shots or damage a pip. That's pretty aggressive. That is pretty aggressive. Yeah, poor Greed. Alrighty, who are going to be our next up for the championship match? It is going to be Egg versus Kebab. I'm going to put that in the chat real quick, and I will be right back. Alrighty, everybody, we are back for the final round. Is Kebab gonna continue to win, or will we see Ego or Ego? I'm not really sure. Take the win here. It's gonna be rough. Also, fan, if you have any ideas of how I could possibly get some more viewers and things, I'd be very interested in knowing. That's something that I'd be very interested in doing quite a bit more. I would like to get really good at this. Let's see what we've got going on here. Oh, it's on! The game is on! Kebab is in! Oh, fantastic. Thank you, fan. I really appreciate that. Really, really. What is Kebab going to go with here, and what is Ego going to go with? Kebab going with the supply. He's thinking it's going to be a longer game. Supply pays off around round 4 or 5. It is nice that you can take early tech and that you can unlock most units at a pretty easy pace. Rhino for Ego. I'm not used to... I think it's Ego? We're going to go with the red player. Because Jillawi, I do love his avatar, though. That's super cool. And I like Kebabs as well. I'm just more used to Kebabs. Oh, wow. Kebab. Opting for the early Rhino. Knowing that the enemy team player is going to have a Rhino as well. This Rhino is going to be devastating. Absolutely devastating. Protecting his flanks. Interesting. He's choosing to protect the Rhino as well. He has 2 Phoenix that he hasn't deployed yet. What is Ego going to do here? There comes some Phoenix on the right-hand side. Ego's got $200 to play with and 50 seconds to figure it out. Remember, he does not know about the Rhino. Miro thinking that Kebab is going to win in the chat. I'm not sure. That's in general chat, mind you. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, though. Okay, Ego going with some early cheap Fang. Those Fang will be able to eat up a lot of units, and you see how all of the units just get aggroed on those Fang? Phenomenal choice by those, or phenomenal job by those Fang. These little crawlers are going to delay it. They will delay it more than long enough, and those Stormcallers did a significant number on the number of Fang available, but unfortunately his units are real slow. This is a kind of cheese by Kebab. It's not cheese, but it does put him in a really it does put old Ego in a really tough spot. It's a very, very aggressive play. I do like it. I like aggression. 4 Phoenix and a Rhino will make it out of this. That's a lot of early game damage. Ego does have enough HP to support it. Oof. Yeah. That's a bloody nose right there. It's like you started a boxing round and instead of tapping gloves, he just headbutt him in the face. He didn't put him in the dirt, but jeez. Just putting in the chat, that way everybody knows. I think that was a very aggressive start. Kebab's biggest fan going with a skip. Not thinking that any of these are useful, you know? The shield specialist is always kind of good. But, hey. You know, going with intelligent marksman here for Ego. He could use marksman to help get rid of these rhinos. Kebab going with Mustang. I do like that. Mustangs are fantastic. They do deal a little bit of damage. They move quickly. Stormcallers are great. Stormcallers are going to be able to shoot and a lot of Fang. Oh, we see the slowdown here, honestly. Not a bad idea. So what's going to happen is this missile's going to go off. It's going to hit the Rhino, and it's going to cause the Rhino to slow way down. Doesn't kill it. Only taking off about 1/4 of its HP. But it does deal enough damage to slow the Rhino's advance. That way the little Fang can do some chip damage. Missile's doing a pretty decent job here on the right. We see a lot of Mustang on the left, and unfortunately, if these Fang don't get into range here soon, they might do it. This unit of Fang needs to kill 4 units of Phoenix. They're in range to take 2 of them. They're gonna be in range to get the 3rd. Is it gonna be enough? Oh, it's gonna be enough. These Phoenix are oh, they are still one-shotting the little Fang. Oh my word. Very aggressive Phoenix. Look at him go, though. Pew, pew, pew. God, I love these guys. We'll get him, boss. Eventually takes out the Phoenix. Fantastic job. I do love that. I do love the little we'll get him, boss. Orbital Bombardment could be great for both players. Sledgehammers, neither have on the field. I mean, it's not bad. Sledgehammers actually would be good for both players. Barrier, not super useful. Laser Sight could be good for those Stormcallers. That could be very useful. Both players taking their time and thinking about it, though. I wish that it was easier to hide those panels for the players. Let's see. He's going to have a level 2 Rhino that can just go toe-to-toe with his Rhino. Unfortunately, that will draw a lot of aggro. We see both players going with the Laser Sights. Laser Sight going out on the Arclight. He thinks clearing these Mustangs early is more important. I don't blame him. Seeing 3 snipers come down as well. Not a bad choice. Kebab still got a ton of cash. They both still have a lot of money. It's gonna be a tough choice, though. Do we see the double upgrade? Not a lot of players this tournament have gone for both the increased attack and increased defense. It would make a little bit of a difference, especially as your units start to level. That's really where you see the big difference. 15% of 500 HP is a lot more than 15% of 10. Going with some more crawlers. Oh, wow. And a shield here. Oh, and there's the bug. Once again, the missile going off, slowing down this Rhino. It's a lot of money spent. And friendly team Rhino, though, here for Ego is going to be pushing in and being loud. It will protect the Fang as they get into range for these Phoenix. Yeah, look at it go. It just has a ton of HP. It's going to be pushing through really well. Mustang are eventually going to clear this up. Not a bad choice. They won't have enough DPS to take the tower before his end. I don't know. Those Stormcallers might get the tower at first. Maybe not what he needed, though. Because unfortunately, losing that tower early... No, they're going to range. Able to take out an Arclight. He's probably going to get some Fang and a Sniper out of this, too. Gets the Sniper. Is he going to be able to take some Fang with him? He's just looking at knocking points off at this point. He doesn't want to be taking any more damage. These little Fang kind of making it work. Oh, and it does go in the way of Ego. We saw that early game aggression by Kebab bloody our red player's nose, but after that, he's just got up from that headbutt and is ready to go in fighting. Oh, Kebab going with more units. I do like this. Ego opting for the heavy armor on his Rhino. 100%, making it basically a level 4 unit at this point. That's a lot of HP on the Rhino. Rhinos can't shoot up, though. I do like this, though. Eventually, Kebab will be able just to flood the field. The longer the game goes on now, the more likely it is for Kebab to win, as his units are less expensive, and he also has that $50 early supply. The increased XP on the Marksman, useful, but there's only 3 of them. You know, 3 Marksmen benefiting will, over time, matter. Oh, and more Rhinos coming in here. Phoenix grabbing the redeploy. He's abandoning his early aggressive start. Not a bad play. Opting for some more units. He's got 30 seconds left. Where's he going to put them? He's choosing to allow his units to move. He's going to direct where one unit's going. He's saying, hey, I want this Rhino to go straight at the enemy tower. Unfortunately, this was counterpicked by old Kebab. He's got a little bit of a sixth sense in his head. These guys got to turn real quick to shoot down a rhino. Will they get it? Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, the rhino does not grab the tower. March of the other rhino, though. Will it be able to grab the right side tower? Almost certainly. There is not enough resistance here to deal with this rhino. Rhino getting distracted. He doesn't want to take this tower first, though. He does not want to take this tower first. He does take the tower first. That's going to be an issue here for Kebab, because this rhino is going to have no problem taking the tower. Oh, he needs to kill these snipers. He needs to kill the sniper. Both towers coming down. Actually, I really underestimated how slow the sniper would be. If he's able to get rid of the rest of these Fang, these Phoenixes will reign supreme. Supreme. He just needs to kill a couple of Fang. He has to do it. Yes, the Fang die in the fire and the flames, and now it's just us watching some neutered Phoenix slowly kill just the world's toughest boy. This will go up to level 3 now. At level 3, it's going to have essentially level 6 worth of health. That's a lot of health. That's going to be really rough. Is he ever actually going to be able to kill this? He's got 30 seconds. Time will eventually speed up here. I do appreciate that about the game. At 7 seconds remaining, he does get the kill and take $100 to Ego. Not bad. These Phoenixes paying for themselves. He probably would want to upgrade those at this point. Top supply. Ooh, Kebab. Oh, Kebab being aggressive. He wants this game to go as long as possible now. He's going to have a lot of cash to play with. Getting an extra 200 supply per turn, and his units cost a lot less. You know what this means? It means he can tech. It means he can tech really heavily. Grabbing range on Mustang just to help deal with these Fang. He knows if his Phoenix live, he wins the game. Opting to upgrade both Phoenix. Oof. Level 3 Rhino, though. That's going to take forever to kill. Here comes the Sentry. He's thinking that this Rhino is just going to push through again. It will. But he can slow it. He can cause it to wait. It won't deal as much damage. I'm not sure about these Fang going out here to the front. Oh! The Rhinos now have a plan. Final Blitz. When the Rhinos reach 0 HP, they explode, killing both friendly and enemy units alike. It does a lot of damage, depending on the health of the Rhino. That's 19,000 damage that will go out in a 48-meter radius. That's pretty good. Here they come. It's going to kill off all of these Fang. When it turns, is it going to turn in time? It does not turn in time, taking out his own crawlers. Stormcaller's doing a good job. These flames will actually be able to take out most of these Fang, if not all of them, as they march to their own demise. Stormcaller's launching out one more barrage onto this Rhino, also going to be killing off most of the Fang as they march to their own demise. Dealing a little bit of chip damage here and there to these arc lights. If this arc light stays slow, it will eventually die. Yes, it does. And this is looking like a pretty significant win here for Kebab. He's got to be worried about this Rhino, though. This Rhino could take off a lot of damage. Knocking out that tower. These Mustangs are going to be far enough away. All of his units are going to be far enough away not to be killed off by the Rhino's blast. Phenomenal. But you see the Rhino's blast taking out the tower? That's really important. If his friendly Rhino here for Ego can get that tower, if he could give it some HP or a shield or an amplifying core for 75% more HP, if he gives it either of these two things, Ego's Rhino is very likely to march right in through the front at the current state of the game and take out the command center. That would be huge. Ego's got to think about it. Ego opting to skip again. Jeez. He just thinks he needs the cash, I guess. Wow. What is that? 3 units of Rhino coming out? They're cheaper for him, so it might as well 3 units of level 2 Rhino. Really interesting point. Oh. He recycled one of his Rhinos. So this is what Ego has done. He killed off his own Rhino, recycled it so he'd get $100 back, played out another new Rhino, and is now trying to get it to charge into the command center, or the research station in this case, and detonate. If that happens, he's going to be in a great way, but actually accidentally counterplayed here by Kebab Sniffer. Remember, Kebab just has a ton of cash. The longer the game goes on, the more likely Kebab is to win. Vulcan coming down. Vulcan is going to do nothing here. Unfortunately, these rhinos are just going to be super tough. I do like the distraction crawlers, though. They're a good choice. Unfortunately, he was kind of distracting the Phoenix right into killing his own rhino before. Now, though, these could make a difference. Oh, wow, and that's a lot of snipers. He's slowly been acquiring a lot of snipers. Yeah. As you can tell, those level 2 rhinos dealing a lot of damage back. Fire in the flames, baby. Here comes angry level 3 rhino, though, killing his little brother. This rhino actually taking some friendly fire from fire on the Stormcallers. There's the tower down. I don't think this can go any which way other than a Kebab win at this point. It's not going to be enough to kill him. This super massive rhino, able to take so much damage. You love it. But, man, it's going to be a win. It's going to be a win here for Kebab. Very close. Will we see an upset? We have seen players come back with 30 HP and make it work. Steel balls would be phenomenal. Speed specialist might do well for him. Going with the electromagnetic blast here by Kebab. Ego's got to think. Steel balls would be really good for him as well. Speed, not so much. The mothership could be funny. The reason I say that is there is not a lot that shoots up currently on this right-hand flank. Instead, opting for... Oh, let's see. Where's he popping that? Right here? It will kill a lot of these shields. Electromagnetic blast coming out on Ego's left side. He's playing aggressively. Be really interested in seeing how much Kebab has. This is round 7. How much money does he have? So it's a 200 increase from 200 at round 7. He had 1400 plus 200. He's at 1600 gold compared to Ego's. A lot less. 200 less. So honestly, not super bad. Yeah, the 4th round was the big one. That was a big deciding factor. I loved the early game bloody tactics, but the cheese was responded to. The aggression was slowed down, and eventually Kebab pivoted. He said, you know what? I'm going to bleed you for a bit. I'm going to make you invest heavily into taking care of this, but you know, I'm going to go right back into rhinos. I love rhinos. I know rhinos. First giant units coming out in the form of these Vulcan. Vulcans will do a lot of damage here, both to the friendly and the enemy units. There's the blast, slowing things way down here on the left-hand side. But not enough. We see the March of the Rhinos coming in on both flanks. Oh, the Vulcan goes down, but not before pulling a lot of damage. These snipers are not nearly going to have enough range. Rhino's coming in. He needs to get on task. He's just choosing to shoot the wrong things, and this Vulcan will die of its own flames eventually. It's not going to be enough, and this is going to be a new champion. Congrats, Kebab! Well done. Well done, Kebab, indeed. We have a new champion. There he is, Kebab's biggest fan, the European mini-tournament champion. Let's see if Wei can pull off anything. I do have Wei as a friend, so I want to see if it will work. Oh. Wei's actually in a pretty tough spot here against Frantix. Frantix got a cool avatar. I'm not thinking Wei's going to make this one work. Oh, but the background, the really aggressive Rhino in the background, it does kill a tower. It might go in the way of Wei, actually. He's got to kill a really angry Overlord. He does kill it, dealing a lot of damage. Wow, dealing a lot of damage, evening it up. Wei, we might have a game on our hands here. Senior attack could be really good. Electromagnetic pulse, always fun, but I'm not sure it will be enough. We see the fire and the flames here coming out for Wei. Really? It's just going to kill his own crawlers. Interesting choice. It will cut off the enemy's crawlers. There's the sentry gun. Really interesting battlefield. I'm just trying to get my bearings here before the next fight, because the next round will probably be it. Wei thinks that he's going to die, so he's opting... Well, not die. He's thinking it's the end of the game. Now, Wei's signature is often to drop a nuke when he thinks he's going to win. Has he already used the nuke? He has not. He has $200. If he could sniff it out, gamer sense it, he really needs to put a shield here. And he does. He gamer sniffs it. Interesting choice. He still has $100 left. I wouldn't hate for him to put a rhino. Well, he has the rhino down. I don't know. Put some sentries out or something, man. You got $50. This is going to be rough. Will Wei be able to turn it? This rhino is really going a long way. I'm not sure he'll make it there, Charlie Bucket. Even with the survival of the photon coating. Taking 55% less damage is huge, but... Here comes the background rhino. He's in the field. He's gonna be slowed. It all comes down to how slow he is. He's not that slow. He's pretty quick. He's gotta turn it. He's gotta turn it now. Oh, and he gets the shot. Wow, and just like that, after the tower falls, everything on the right dies. We have one Overlord left. Overlord dies, and this little group of Fangs are probably shitting a brick right now. They don't have much time on their hands. That's it. A quick game to Wei. Wei has placed fairly well in most of these tournaments. Oh, we have the bug again. I'm assuming the game is over. There's a few bugs as we still work out the kinks here. Oh, we're living in an alternate timeline once again. Okay. Oh! Time jumping. I do love it. You don't often get to time jump. Did anyone else see a different outcome? Question mark? Last round? I have that on stream this time. I'm not sure what the heck happened there. Okay. Okay, well. Also, great games. Kebab. Let's see what happens. I do like that there is just a fast and loose rule. Like, you know, at any point in time, it is just random. He opted to deploy. He's had enough of this fucking rhino. Yeah, how strange. Yeah, he really did not want that rhino dealing with any of it. Unfortunately, that left his front line really, really dangerously unguarded on the right-hand side. Man, this rhino was able to stand proud for such a long time. Marching away. Will it be enough? Will it be enough? Against the games. There we go. Kebab Sniffer. Top of the place. You love to see it. Ego coming in second. Fantic coming in 4. Or Kebab's biggest fan. Kebab Sniffer being in the end. GG, everybody. Yeah, dude. That stinks. I do love his avatar. Yeah. Get it next time. Alrighty, guys. That's the end of the stream. Fan, if you want to give me a quick call or a chat or whatever, I'd be happy to entertain it. Otherwise, thank everybody for popping in, and I'll see y'all soon. About 4 hours for the Mini North American tournament. If the internet holds true, I'm actually going to participate in it. I'm going to see if I can't win a mini tournament for North America. Last time I didn't do great, but I'm going to try. See everybody soon. Bye.